It's 12:34. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media with me, Mari Mukwanda. The end of the year is almost upon us. With only 1 month or just 6 weeks left, it's closer than we think. End of year burnout can feel like you're limping to the end, like there's a chain around your ankles weighing down every tiny step you make to that distant finish line. So, how do you know if you're actually suffering from this end of year burnout? Let's find out more with Life Coach Sohail Mahomed. Assalamu alaikum, Sohail, and shukran for joining me.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah, Mariam. Shukran for having me.
All right, first of all, what is burnout? Define for us burnout.
So, like you've mentioned, year of in burnout or fatigue, firstly is, us coming through the year working so hard each and every day in order to get a break towards the end of the year. And what I mean by this is that this stems from a combination of things that we tend to lose throughout the year. So, for example, our lifestyle, our social well-being, our psychological well-being, etc. All of these contribute to the year-end fatigue that you speak of so rightfully.
Mm-hmm. What are the signs of end of year fatigue or burnout?
Mariam, I appreciate that question. And firstly, I would just like to mention that this end of year fatigue that you speak of, it could affect different individuals in different ways. We must understand that each individual is different. Okay? There
Yes.
are some typical signs, however, and these are a constant tiredness, being less interested in work or social duties, very irritable, moodiness, and the most important, I think, is a low motivation or a lack of self-esteem. And this is quite a dangerous feeling, especially coming towards the end of the year. Um, like, yeah.
And now, when should it be concerning? When should one be concerned that they are experiencing something like this and some of the signs that you've just mentioned?
I think that we must also understand year-end fatigue, Darima, is not a symptom. It's a condition. So us not looking after ourselves throughout the year leads us to feeling this way. So if we are taking care of our mental health, our psychological health, our social well-being throughout the year, it will eradicate this feeling that most of us feel now, November, December. So there are some common medical symptoms. However, SM Wellness deals with taking an individual through the journey of realization of what a root cause is. Okay? So
Mhm.
what I mean by this is that we work so hard through this year that we are not honoring ourselves, we are not taking breaks. And it gets concerning when one tends to self-isolate or doesn't want to go to work, wants to lay in bed all day and, not want to get done with daily activities. This is when it becomes really concerning because it leads to stuff like suicidal thoughts or addictions manifesting in us. And what could have just been, a day that we need to rest is now a bigger problem.
Mhm. You mentioned earlier that every individual is different, but are there any known causes for fatigue or burnout, year-end burnout?
I didn't get that question.
Are there any known causes for year-end fatigue?
Yes, definitely. I think working shifts, certain companies allow you, 5 days a week, 7 days a week. Poor workplace practices could be one as well. So, if you have a team that doesn't work together in order to achieve a goal, people being carrying others in terms of workplace duties, stress at work, all of these things lead to burnout. And we must not also forget that we are in a pandemic as well. COVID
Mhm.
19 has played a massive role in the way people feel, the way people think, and it's brought to fore a lot of things like anxiety as well. So there are a lot of causes, and like I said, it affects each person individually, but we must not forget that we are in a pandemic, and COVID 19 is a major cause of all of these things that I've just mentioned.
Mm. With only a month and a few days left in the year, what advice can you give to people who are going through this end of year burnout?
I think the most important thing is to just take a moment, step back and reflect. Okay. Seek the positives that has come out of this year. The other thing is really honestly to count your blessings and bring yourself back to the present moment. Like I've mentioned, this year has been taxing on most of us. However, we are still alive, we are still present, we are still here, and for that we must be grateful. Another thing is that we should have a vision for the rest of the year, the rest of this, 5, 6 weeks left until the end of the year. Live these next 5 or 6 weeks as though you have planned. Have a vision for where you see yourself at the end of the year and live every day towards achieving that vision. That it would be my advice.
One of the signs that you mentioned was low motivation. So, how can you keep motivated and energetic, especially after a long year that has been so taxing? People have lost family members, some have lost employment, with the pandemic, etc. So, how can you keep motivated?
That's a really good question. I think each and every one of us struggle with that. No 2 days are the same for anybody. Motivation is just a feeling, okay? It's a feeling of knowing what is of importance to you or to me and working relentlessly to protect this. So we need to sit down, we need to find our passion, have a vision, and we need to be disciplined around it. This passion must allow us each and every day to get out of bed, to keep us motivated. We should also keep things simple. I think in life we tend to complicate things a lot because we're influenced by outside aspects, outside influences like social media, etc. Remain present in the moment is the most important way of staying motivated. And be aware also of the very little conversations or the moments in the day, that somebody makes you smile or makes you feel a bit happier. We need to identify those moments and we need to live to create more and more and more of those moments or scenarios each day. And this is one way of us staying motivated. On the note of people, losing family members and becoming unemployed, this is a reality. However, we need to just remain grateful and know that we are still here, we are still breathing, and that gratitude should drive us, should be our driving force each and every day.
Mm-hmm. Now, also, what can we do, or what advice do you have for us to beat the end of the year fatigue or burnout? Something that we can do during the year, the course of the year, so that we avoid getting end of the year burnout.
Absolutely. I think, again, living in the moment, um, one important thing is to honor your feelings. So respect what message or signals your body is giving off to you. If it is tired, rest. I think we don't stress how important taking a break or rest is. Doing more of what makes us feel alive. Take up a hobby. What are you passionate about? Sports, cooking, whatever it may be, arts, music. Now, understand this and do more of it so that you keep yourself motivated, that you feel good about yourself each and every day. Dress up, look good, smell good, take care of yourself, honor your body, and once again, keep it simple, stay conscious, stay committed. It's the small things that we tend to forget because we are chasing all of these temporary pleasures. Every day we want to get up like robots, go to work, do our best, do this, do that. However, we tend to lose the focus on ourselves. We want to focus way more on what others want us to do, if you understand what I'm saying. So, in
Mhm.
order to beat this year of in burnout, finish the year strong by just staying committed to your goals. Set a goal or two each day and achieve it. That makes you feel as though you have a purpose. You're going somewhere, you're achieving something, and that just keeps spurring you on each and every day, each and every day.
Mhm. All right. So, shukran so much for your time, Sohail, and for the tips. I hope that our listeners will do better with the coming year, inshallah, so that we can avoid getting this end of the year burnout. Have a wonderful day. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Shukran.
That was Life Coach Sohail Mahomed taking us through end of the year burnout. And we only have about 6 weeks left before the year comes to an end. One thing that is so important is self care. I know we have our families to look after, we have children to look after, etc. But you need to also look after yourself. If you cannot look after yourself, how will you look after them? You need to have that energy to look after your family, to look after your kids. And if you do not have that energy, you won't be able to look after them. So self care is very important. Take care of your needs first before you can take care of the needs of others. I mean, one crucial example is when you are in an airplane and they're explaining to you, the flight attendant is explaining to you how to use the devices that comes in the airplane, and you know what they say, that when the airbag comes, first put it on yourself and then you assist others. So take care of yourself and then you can take care of others, because then you will be better equipped to take care of others. And there's there's no need to wait until the year comes to an end for you to start taking care of yourself or looking after. Don't say, no, wait, when December comes, then I'm going to go on this holiday and then I'm going to take a break from life and then I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do that. Tomorrow is not promised. So do it now. Do things now. Take care of yourself now. And we have the opportunity home. What an even better way to start. Take a few days off from your working from home, or you can take your work with you, do a few hours of your work, and then rest. Switch off your devices, switch off your mobile devices, and take a break. Rest. Go for a massage. Go for a swim. The weather is beautiful now, and the waters are really cool and crisp, and just take a moment. I'm not going to stress it enough for you to take a moment to breathe, to relax, and to look after yourself. Like Sohail said, take up a hobby. If you have always wanted to learn how to swim, then now is the time to learn how to swim. If you've always wanted to do calligraphy, there's a calligraphy workshop that is taking place this weekend, so you can sign up for that. If you've always wanted to learn how to knit, you can learn how to knit. You can also learn how to bake. That could also turn to be a side hustle for you when next year comes, and you'll be already halfway there. And listen to the signs of your body. That is so important. If your body is feeling a certain way, then listen to what your body is telling you, because your body is telling you that you are tired and you need some time off. So make sure that you listen to your body and feed your body healthy and nutritious food. Feed your body water, hydrate. All of these points are very important. And I'm not a life coach, but those are my takeaway points. And if you have anything else to share, you may do so by going to our WhatsApp, sending us a message. With your WhatsApp is sending us a message. That is 061 And you can also leave your comments in the comment section on our Facebook page. And we are talking about year end, or rather end of year burnout or fatigue. It is 12:48. We will be back after the break.